wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of the Suplah. I am Andy Kwan, and with me is my cat, but also is Sam Brooks.
You know how they often compare things in life to pulling teeth?
Yes.
Like
I
talking
do.
to you every week is like pulling teeth. You know that phrase?
Why is talking to me like pulling teeth?
Well, because I actually had a tooth pulled earlier this week.
Oh, that must have been really fun.
It was the first time I've ever had a tooth pulled from my mouth, as opposed to anywhere else. And I tell you what, that phrase, that saying, it's like pulling teeth being painful. Yeah, it's got roots in fact there. I can tell you that now, ladies and gentlemen.
And there were roots in your mouth, but they're all gone.
So yeah, speaking to my friend here every week is like pulling teeth. And
I don't understand why.
the dentist has said that I need to keep my blood pressure low. So of course, one of the first things I do this week is speak to this man for an hour about wrestling.
I don't understand why. I mean, your blood pressure is going to be really low after talking to me.
Are you sure? Have you seen what's on the docket today, sir?
I thought you were going to say, are you sure? Have you ever spoken to you before?
Well, you talk to yourself all the time, don't you?
Well, my cat doesn't talk back. I mean, if he does, then he goes, well, yeah, I think Vince McMahon is a complete dickhead. I'm like, huh?
Ah, we're kicking off with this, are we? The Vinnie Mac news. The Vince McMahon wacky weekend.
No chance. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No chance in hell. I'll pay you off. No chance. Da-da-da-da-da.
Well, except he did.
Allegedly.
So there is a chance.
There is a chance. Do you want to explain what happened, Sam?
He had a fling, and then he paid the person that he had a fling with to shut up, and also Johnny Ace was involved.
Allegedly.
I don't think it's allegedly anymore. I think this is a legitimate thing that has happened, and I don't think we're going to get in trouble by saying that something happened, Andy.
Allegedly.
The cyber police are not going to come for us. The Cobra Nauts are not going to bust through your door and arrest you.
Allegedly.
I'm going to snap your fucking neck if you say the word allegedly one more time. Do you want to test me, sir? Are you sure?
Well, I mean, no, I won't now.
So this is a story all about how Vince McMahon had an extramarital affair, or so it would seem, because it raises into question his marriage to Linda McMahon, whether it is still standing or whether it actually dissolved several years back. There's a lot to this story. The gist of it is, there was a member of WWE's legal team. I believe it was the legal team, Andrew?
I do believe so, yes.
The paralegal team. So Vince he dipped his toes in the company pool a little bit, and he had an affair with one of the staff members.
And this isn't like 20 years ago, by the way. This is like
2 years ago. So, geriatric jackhammer.
No chance.
Vince McMahon, who nowadays is looking more like Joan Rivers than Vince McMahon. I don't know if anyone else sees this, but for me, like, there's a picture I have in my head of what Vince McMahon looks like, and it's how he looked in, like, 2007. You know that whole illegitimate son storyline when he was on Raw like every week? He was looking like that. That's how he looks in my mind.
But that's when he had a normal face.
What he looks like now is me trying to remember what he looks like and then like drawing it out on a piece of crumpled napkin paper.
No, it's worse. It's worse. You don't drink, do you, Sam?
I don't, no, but I can see where you're going with this.
If you did start drinking, and then you tried to picture what Vince McMahon looked like,
and then draw it on a crumpled napkin. That's what he would.
That's what he looks like.
I mean, who are we to talk about appearances, right? You look like you, and I look like...
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I look like... I am the peak of hotness is me. That is my name. I clearly am the embodiment.
So Vince McMahon had an extramarital affair with someone on the paralegal team, doubled their wages.
Oh, goody. From like 100 grand to like 200 grand, I believe it was.
Which shouldn't bat any eyelids, right? Nothing weird about that. How someone in the legal team can just like double their wallet and it be totally normal.
That seems like a legitimate thing. Why would that be not legitimate?
They keep looking at Vince in a certain way. I wonder if it has anything to do with this. We should say, this relationship that they had was apparently entirely consensual, which is already a big step up from Vince's previous relationships with women.
Well, at least he's learnt the concept of consent.
At 76. Or however old he fucking is. So he had that relationship, and apparently this woman was also passed to Johnny Ace himself, John Laurinaitis, the Vice President of Talent Relations, or whatever the fuck his title is. Yeah, they were just passing off this paralegal member between them like it was nothing, and which is even more icky because John Laurinaitis is married to the Bella mother, the mother of the Bella twins.
Well, you can look, but you shouldn't probably touch.
And by all accounts, John Laurinaitis isn't touching them. He's touching someone else.
Wow.
So this whole thing broke apart because there was an NDA issued when this person left the company saying, you can't tell people that you're sleeping with Vince, because that would look bad. For some reason.
Well, no shit.
And then it all just kind of broke loose. I don't know how this story came to light, but there was a...
It came to light in a Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, the Wall Street Journal, yes.
A friend of the employee spoke to Wall Street Journal, and...
so they didn't blow the whistle. Well, I mean, they did, but not in this sense.
Oh God, no, Sam, no, please, God.
So it's all out in the open now. Vince McMahon has stepped down as the CEO of WWE. Temporarily. And he's still head of creative, so really nothing's changed. But you know who's taken his place as the CEO?
I'm all grown up now, and that's not my song anymore.
And now I'm kind of back, because I did fuck off, but now I'm back. Stephanie McMahon. The woman who left to presumably focus on family is now back to, weirdly, focus on family, with new responsibilities being the interim CEO businesswoman powerhouse that she so desperately craves the image of. Oh boy, this whole thing has been a complete bonfire, a complete dumpster fire. Something you find, I think you find like homeless people gathering around, warming their hands on this thing. Like it's really just set the fucking internet on fire to the point where Vince McMahon was announced for SmackDown in its opening segment.
God,
did you see this?
He said nothing and fucked off.
He said nothing and fucked off. That's the official Suplah segment there. He came out and he was like, welcome everyone. I would like to remind you all of the four letters, blah, 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 blah. Enjoy the show. And then he left. People cheered him. People bowed to him. Because of course they did.
Every single person that did that is, quite frankly, a fucking idiot. I don't, like... And then he came out on Raw and did practically the same thing, and everyone's just...
Controversy equals ratings, pal.
No. This is...
Even though they fucking don't, because nobody really cares still.
Because the reason why Vince has gone out and done this is to be like, to the board of directors who are running this investigation, be like, I can't be a bad guy, look at all these people, they love me, like...
I mean, I've been seeing a lot of online discourse that is like, what has Vince actually done wrong here? To which I say, be very gross. And let's not get this twisted. This singular event isn't necessarily the worst thing he's ever done.
That's
because
the thing.
There's a long list of worse things that he has done frequently throughout the last 40 years. It's really bad, and this whole thing has put a spotlight on those things. And if you're a wrestling fan, if you're listening to this show, you know what Vince McMahon has done over the years. You know he's an abhorrent, evil person, by all accounts. He doesn't seem like someone I'd want to share Sunday dinner with, put it that way.
I mean, realistically, what this has done as well is all of these news outlets that normally couldn't give a toss about wrestling, like major outlets like CNN and NBC and all.
But this doesn't even put eyes onto the wrestling product. It put eyes onto one person, Vince McMahon. And what? Nothing's going to become of this. Like, the worst case scenario is if he just never comes back, and we have Stephanie running things, and then eventually Nick Khan, because that's just what he's doing now, is that he's ousting every McMahon until he will be the only McMahon left. Nick Khan McMahon. Incarnate.
Nick McCann.
Very good. So,
Thank you.
That's the worst case scenario. The best case scenario, which is probably what's going to happen, is that he'll just fucking come back, and Johnny Ace will just never come back, because...
Well, what's happened, because Johnny Ace, or Johnny Ace, has been temporarily replaced by Bruce Pritchard in the role that he was in previously. So, excellent.
His role being head of talent relations, yeah?
Yeah, so Johnny Ace has taken the fall for this, basically. That's basically what's happened. That's all that's going to ever come.
He's a creep. He's a perv. Well documented. He's a bad person. We know this. Why is everyone acting surprised?
Because...
we like to forget. Because...
that was my answer, just because. I mean,
just because we like to forget about these awful people running this company, because it's the biggest game in town, and truth be told, if we were to boycott WWE, there's no other alternatives, right? Oh wait, no,
wink,
there
wink.
are, because this isn't 10 years ago, where your only other alternative was fucking Magnus, and whoever was helming the TNA ship at the time, the main event Mafia and the Aces and Eights shit. Now we have choice, Andy.
Oh. Well, you say that, Samuel, but AEW this Sunday, not Saturday, this Sunday is AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling presents Forbidden Door, aka the Cursed Card. So,
the Cursed Door, the Scary Door.
The door
where if you open it, your arm falls off.
the door they should have just fucking left closed. Right?
Tape
it was
it
like
shut.
Opening...
Everyone's falling apart.
Lock the door! Lock the door! Lock the fucking door! Like, so, let's put it this way. I believe it was... what is his name? Brian Alvarez, that's it. Who basically went through the entire card and said 8 out of 10 matches have changed because of injuries or stupid stuff that happened over the course of the past month or so that this card has been built up for. And should we go through the card, because it's a doozy.
We got 10 matches, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is gonna be an interesting one, because, let's just say, for the sake of this conversation, you're the AEW fan, I'm the New Japan guy. I mean, I have been for the past several years, been the New Japan guy, but I have recently gotten a vested interest in AEW, so I'm kind of familiar with both sides of the story. I feel like you're not. I feel like you're just strictly involved with the AEW stars, and then you don't really know who the New Japan guys are.
Like, I know who Tanahashi is. I know who Okada is. I know...
You know who they are, but have you seen any of their matches?
Yeah. I saw Omega and Okada. I don't know what number it was, but it was a match that happened. I actually saw the Great Okan live, by the way. That's a fun fact.
Well, he's a hero.
Should we just go through this magic card?
Yes, you've made your point loud and clear. Everyone understands it. So, we've got the card here, Wikipedia order. We don't know what the actual order of the event is, and we don't really care. So, on the pre-show, it has been announced that Max Caster of the Acclaimed and the Gun Club, the Arse Boys, will be facing off against what appears to be members of the New Japan LA Dojo, Yuya Uemura, Alex Coughlin, the DKC, and Kevin Knight. Now let me get this out of the way, alright? New Japan has two distinct divisions.
Arse Boys.
They have the Japanese side with all the big shows, and then they have Strong, which is their weekly show, features prospects from their LA dojo, helmed by Filthy Tom Lawler, Fred Raza, various other people. I don't watch that one. So, anyone from the LA dojo, I'm not going to be too familiar with. That's my only gap in knowledge when it comes to New Japan. So, all of these people, I'm like, I know the name. I have seen their name on Twitter. Do I know anything about them? Not really. The only one I know is Yuya Uemura, who is part of the Young Lion Dojo training thing that Japan always does. He's not got his gimmick yet. That's all I know. He was in the Best of the Super Juniors one year, and he didn't win a match, which is normal for Young Lions. They never win matches.
So Max Caster and the Ass Boys have got this in the bag there.
Oh, probably. I mean, that's just speaking from my outside perspective. Like, I'm vaguely familiar with Alex Coughlin, but yeah, I don't really see any particular reason why the LA Dojo would get a win over the established names, especially the Acclaimed, who are like on the rise with the Gun Club in tow.
And the
so
Ass Boys, they're the best. They're the best.
Everyone loves the Acclaimed. If you don't love the Acclaimed, you're a fucking cop. That's what they say.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what
you're
they
an
say.
ass boy.
You want to scissor me, Andrew? Scissor me. Oh, scissors.
Scissors, yes.
Yeah, very good. They're probably going to win this. I mean, it's on the pre-show for a reason.
Well, speaking of a match that's not on the pre-show...
Oh yeah, brilliant. Good segue. Get ready for more of that, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck me.
Jon Moxley will take on Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Do you want to try pronouncing that again?
Tanahashi in a singles match for the interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Not the proper title, because CM Punk has a broken foot. This is an interim championship.
Do you just want to demean the value of this right out of the gate, really? If they win, they're not the real champion. It's always CM Punk, don't you know?
I love CM Punk. Don't ever disparage CM Punk. If you ever disparage CM Punk, I will fight you.
That's what you sound like.
That's not what I sound like. It is the real belt, but it's not the real belt. It's kind
so
of
Moxley vs Tanahashi is a match that has been sought after by both fans and Moxley for several years. When Jon Moxley first appeared in New Japan, he was never really concerned with the championships. He wanted to fight the New Japan legends, the people who he'd never dream of having a chance of facing before. That's why we had Yuji Nagata on that one episode of Dynamite. I think last year. Or even the year before that.
Is he the guy that loves the barbed wire death matches that explode?
No, Yuji Nagata is the Blue Justice guy.
Oh, he's the guy who was in WCW for a bit.
Most likely, yes. A lot of the older New Japan guys dabbled in the WCW, so yeah. But
I know who you mean now.
Moxley vs Tanahashi is a match that we have not seen ever. It's a dream match for multiple people. I'm very excited to see this one. As
Moxley's
for
winning this,
who
right?
wins, you think Moxley?
Yeah, they're not going to put the interim title on a New Japan person because they've got to be on... the issue you've got now is the quote-unquote actual world champion is not on TV for an undisclosed amount of time. We don't know when he's coming back. It's probably not anytime soon. To give it to somebody who's got to go tour Japan, I don't know, that just seems a bit daft to me. Why you would put, a belt that the idea is they're going to be regularly on Dynamite and Rampage and whatever the hell else you want to put them on. I can't see from a booking standpoint how that makes any damn sense. I'm not saying the match is going to be bad, because it's probably going to be an amazing match, but I'm going into this thinking, well, clearly the first ever two-time World Heavyweight Champion is about to be Jon Moxley. So cool. I'm not even saying I have a problem with it either. That's what I mean. I'm not even like, oh, this is bad. It's just,
you think the outcome is obvious?
Yeah, but it doesn't. It's not going to make the match any worse or anything. It's like, don't just do a swerve here just because then it's going to lead to problems down the road. Just put the belt on the guy that hopefully doesn't get injured, and voila, that's it. I just don't put it on the guy that can't be there every week, because that's the whole idea of bringing this title in, is because CM Punk has crippled his foot. That's the point. That's the idea, right?
You say this, and I partly agree. However, before they announced that there was going to be an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship title defense at this event, I would have said, yeah, Moxley's winning. However, I like to imagine things that maybe won't happen just because it's fun. So, here's my idea that I'm putting out there for you.
Oh, Jesus, here we go, right. We're going through the forbidden door. Oh, God, help us all.
Tanahashi wins and becomes the AEW interim world champion.
Okay, great.
He goes off and performs in the G1 Climax tournament. Oh, we said climax. It's like an orgasm.
It's got a
I'm
stupid
Andy Kwan,
name.
and I make the same joke every time.
Oh.
That's what he sound like. He's going to go there and he's going to perform in the G1 and he's going to have the AEW Championship belt design around his waist and he's going to look fucking cool because he's Hiroshi Tanahashi. And then...
Yeah, but no AEW fan is going to watch your G-Spot Climax. It's just not going to happen.
You didn't let me finish, though, did you?
Okay, alright, please continue.
You had to crank in another sex joke.
Well, you know
what people want to hear, right?
Yeah, you gotta give the people what they want.
You gotta give people the same 5 jokes every 10
no,
seconds.
No, I've never said G-Spot Climax before on this show.
And now it's twice.
There you go, see? Give the people what they want,
Shut
Sam.
the fuck up. Imagine. You've got the match for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. It is Jay White defending champion versus Okada, Adam, and Adam. I feel...
The Adams.
What, I mean, hey, I'm not saying this is gonna happen, I'm just saying we could entertain the idea that, say, I don't know, Hangman Page wins the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, and then that championship is on Dynamite every week. And then when CM Punk comes back, he can fight Tanahashi, beat Tanahashi, get the AEW Championship back, and then Page can drop it back to Jay White or whoever wins the G1. Is that not an idea?
That's not a good idea.
No, I don't like it because the American belt will be in Japan and the Japan belt will be in America.
Yeah, that's the reason. I'm not going to lie, that is the reason.
You sound like a Rubik's Cube. All colours should be on one side. That's what you sound like.
Wait. What is then the point in establishing this new sort of substitute championship? Like, it's pointless.
Well, because Hiroshi Tanahashi is really cool, and I really like when he has a championship, so it would really do me, personally, a good deal of good.
Get the belt off Jay White then and stick it on
No, because I really like Jay White as well,
Climax.
and I feel like Jay White is a really good champion to have right now.
Well, you can't give everyone a belt. That's not how this works.
No, they should only have one belt. We're back here. We're back at this room, aren't we, ladies and gentlemen? So, okay, fine. Let's be boring and say that fucking Moxley's gonna win this one. And just, there you go. You don't need to watch the event anymore. You can watch a good match if you want to, I guess. But you know what's gonna happen, because it's so predictable.
Alright, fine. Tanahashi's winning and they'll have a rematch.
I'm not trying to convince you. I'm not trying to get you to change your thoughts. I'm just saying that maybe entertaining a different result might be interesting.
I can't. It's just not plausible. I mean, like with the IWGP.
Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why?
Why is it not, you stupid bastard?
I don't know. I like Tanahashi. It would be cool if he had a belt. I won't be sad if he loses because Moxley's also cool, and he has the whole he conquered alcoholism and he'll win a belt, and it's a good story. I'm not saying it would be bad if he won. I'm just saying maybe we go against the grain once or twice throughout this event. But speaking of, we have the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match, aforementioned, Jay vs. Okada vs. Adam. Fuck me, did I not see this coming? Remember last week when I said, no, triple threat isn't really likely. They don't like to do more than 2 people at once. What do? Fucking 4-way. Why not? Just fuck Sam in particular, right?
Apparently, according to Alvarez, the reason why this is a thing is because it was originally supposed to be a tag team match, and now it is not.
I mean, it makes sense if it were a tag match, but I guess they wanted their belt defended as well, which, to be fair, okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is interesting, because
I
Jay
think
White
this is
beat Okada to win the belt,
okay.
a week or two ago. Hangman Page and Jay White have a built-in story where, in their singles contest, Jay White is, I believe, 2-0 against Hangman. And they were growing up in the Ring of Honor dojo together, like, they came about at the same time. There's a built-in feud and story there. And then you got Adam Cole. Baby. He's in there because they're teasing dissension between whatever fucking group it is. Is it Bullet Club? Is it the fucking Undisputed Elite? What? I don't know. Are they in the Bullet Club or are they not? I don't know. It's getting confusing. I don't like it. I want him to fuck off. So if he wins, which he's not, because there's no fucking way they'd put the main Japanese belt on Adam fucking Cole. There's no way that's happening. So...
Well, let me entertain the thought.
Oh, really? You think Adam Cole, baby, is gonna be the Japanese champion, huh?
No.
No? Good.
No.
Because he's clearly eating the fucking pin. That's what he's there
Adam Page
for.
will.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think Jay White's gonna pin Page?
No, Adam Page is going to win the match, bro.
See now, this doesn't make sense.
Oh, for Christ's sake, entertain the thought for 4 seconds.
No, I'm entertaining the thought, and I'm also getting a very louder thought in my head that says, you're a fucking hypocrite.
Why? How am I a hypocrite?
So you don't want the interim AEW World Championship to go to Japan, but then
Yep.
you'd be fine if the IWGP Championship came to Dynamite on Hangman.
You can have 2 world titles.
Oh, fucking hell, Andy. You don't make any sense. You know that? You know that? You know what? My dentist was right. Low blood pressure. Low blood pressure.
Yeah, not all the time. Just have it, like, on there for, like, a month, and then be like, it helps.
So then you're also suggesting that their biggest tournament of the year, the G1 Climax, doesn't have the main champion in it.
The winner of the G1 Climax fights Adam Page. There you go, job done.
Nah, I don't see it happening. You know what I see?
Fine.
I wouldn't be surprised if Okada won it back. I don't want him to, because I think Jay White deserves a better run than what he had when he was first IWGP champion. But yeah, I can see Jay White pinning Adam Cole, or Adam Page, or even Okada, the other guy in the match. And I think that's just what's going to happen. I think Jay White's going to walk out with it, and it'll be whoever wins the G1, probably Naito, if they go down that route, and then we'll see what happens. That's another thing about this card as well. There's a lot of big names that are missing from this event. Namely, Tetsuya Naito, Kota Ibushi, any of the older guard, like Makabe, Honma, Kojima, Tenzan. A lot, there's just, I don't know, there's a fair few names on here that I'm thinking, why are they not booked? It's very weird that they're not booked.
Because they had to close the Forbidden Door before more people got fucking hurt.
Yeah, it's true, we can't have Toru Yano, the true ace of New Japan, getting hurt before the G1, fuck no. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right, but I don't know, I don't know, I would have liked to have seen more New Japan guys, bigger guys on the card.
Here's a fun thing, they're never doing this again.
No, I want them to do it again next year.
Nope, they will never do this again now. This thing is absolutely cursed.
No,
cursed.
No, it's not cursed. It's just bad timing with injuries. It happens. They're not superstitious. Very superstitious.
Just, there's a forbidden door.
Don't open it or you'll die. Like, no. That's not what's happening.
And then you'll break your foot.
Next year, they're going to learn from all of the shortcomings of this year, and then they'll make it better. That's my want and my need and my desire, because I want more New Japan guys to be exposed to an American audience, or even yourself, a Western audience. I want you to watch a Tetsuya Naito match and think, oh, he's fucking good, and I'm like, I know, I've been saying this for the past 6 years, why don't you listen to me?
Yeah, but these guys are Specsavers because he always opens his eye up because he can't see where he's going, bro.
He also needs new knees because they keep imploding every year. But besides that, we have the All-Atlantic Championship match. Now this one...
Dumbest name ever.
Also appears to be cursed because one of the participants has to have been replaced. It was originally going to be Pac versus Miro versus Malachi Black versus Tomohiro Ishii, but then Ishii got injured and has now been replaced by Clark Connors.
Who the fuck is that guy?
He's an LA dojo guy. I wish I knew more about him. I know he's got like a gimmick of like a hunter, and he's like really beefy, and like I've seen a couple of his matches, and he seems to have like he's got it. He's got it. So I'm not entirely upset about this. If anything, this is great because it will showcase more of his talents against top tier talent. So
good for Clark Connors, I suppose. Like,
I mean, hey, maybe this will win you over. It could be like another guy. What was his name?
Farmer Frank.
Yeah, be like Farmer Frank, where he shows up and wins everybody over with his technical wrestling ability.
Exactly.
From the farm. Who do you think's winning?
Probably Miro.
I want Miro to win, but I can see Malachi Black winning this.
Yeah, actually, I take it back. Malachi Black is winning it because they're pushing Malachi Black in his House of Black stable, so it is Malachi.
The slow burn stable of the year, House of Black. Where they'll tease a member and then that member will join 6 months later.
I mean, it's better than Judgment Day, so whatever.
I mean, yeah, Judgment Day has been around for like 5 minutes and already kicked out the leader, so good job, guys. Fucking great. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm excited to see what happens here. I wouldn't mind whoever wins this. It won't be Clark Connors. I can tell you that. Yeah, no, it's probably, I would say it's Miro. I like Miro having belts because he cuts good promos about God being a coward, and it's fucking great. I love Miro so much. I want him to win.
Okay, so the next match is Lee Sex Gods of Chris Jericho.
Hang on. Say that again.
La Sex Gods?
Lee Sex Gods?
Lee Sex Gods?
That's what you said.
What did I say?
Lee Sex Gods?
That's what it says. It says
Lee Sex Gods, Andy.
Lee Sex Gods.
That's Lee? Who's Lee? Who is Lee?
I don't know. I don't fucking know who Lee is, but
Lee
it's in
Sex Gods? New character, Lee Sex Gods.
There you go, jump down, make that. Lee Sex Gods of Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara and Minoru Suzuki. With his bald hair and...
What the? No, not you. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at the way you pronounce. You actually pronounced that perfectly, which was a first for this fucking show. I'm laughing at the idea that the Sex Gods is teaming with Minoru Suzuki. Of all fucking Minoru Suzuki, Murder Grandpa, the guy who kills people just in the ring because he can, is teaming with the Sex Gods.
He's got a funny haircut. That guy.
Yeah, the Lonely Warrior, the legend, the guy who I would never like to meet because I'm scared of him, is teaming with the Sex Gods.
He looks friendly enough. Now,
really?
Kenneth, you need to sit on the chair now because you're sort of half on the chair, half not on the chair. Pick a place to sit, bro. No, not on the phone that I'm reading the news off.
This is great content for an audio-based
podcast. You can edit it out if you really want. So anyway, Lee Sex Gods and Minoru Suzuki with Tay Conte. We'll take on
my! You just said all of it wrong. All of the names you could have ever said were all said wrong.
No, Ken!
You're just swapping out vowels like a motherfucker for no reason. So.
Oh my god! My cat stood on my fucking computer, and he stood on the power button, and I'm like, dude, will you fucking not do that, please?
How about you sort out your shit while I read out this fucking match? The Sex Gods of Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara and Minoru Suzuki with Tay Conti will be facing the team of Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Umino. Now this is interesting. Purely because what the fuck are these teams? I have no idea how this even came about. What's the build to this? Do you know the build to this? You watch AEW more than I do. What's the build?
Yes, so the build to this is Chris Jericho has basically been feuding with Eddie Kingston for a while now.
Oh yeah, he's been throwing fireballs and he's a wizard.
They had a hair versus hair match with Jericho and Santana. Bollocks.
One of them.
One of them.
One of them with hair.
And well, they now don't have hair. So basically, Eddie Kingston has been feuding with Jericho, and I think Wheeler Yuta is in the Blackpool.
Yeah, he's in the Blackpool
Club,
Combat Club.
and whoever I don't no idea who the fucking other guy is.
Oh god, mate, Shota Umino is a legend.
Clearly,
Yeah, no. To be fair, he's a newer name. He's coming back from his excursion. He's got kind of a gimmick where he's a shooter. It's derived actually, fun fact, from when John Moxley showed up in New Japan initially, and he basically just kidnapped him and was like, "You're my son now." And because his name is Shota, he just kept calling him Shooter. It's all funny American, but
I can imagine him just like Shota.
yeah, no, that's what he did. Yeah.
Like, no, my name is Shota. No.
His name's not Shot. Fuck me, dude. Jesus Christ. You're the worst person to talk about a Japanese wrestling card with.
No, I'm talking about Moxley doing it, not me doing it. I know what his name is.
What's his name?
Shooter.
Shooter.
It's like the thing from Jurassic Park at the beginning. Shooter. That's his gimmick.
For fuck's sake. He was a young lion in New Japan. He got excursed over to United Kingdom. He was in Rev Pro for a while.
Was he in the G-Spot Climax?
He is the son of Red Shoes Uno, the famous Japanese referee. Yeah.
Why isn't he a referee then?
Because he's a wrestler, dickhead. That's what he wanted to be. So, yeah, he's come back, and I'm surprised he's not in the Combat Club. But maybe he will be. Who knows?
Maybe he will be.
Yeah, no, I've seen a couple of his matches when he was on Excursion and Rev Pro. I like him. I like his aesthetic. He's really cool looking.
Okay.
Kind of Brian Pillman-esque a little bit.
Japanese Brian Pillman, okay.
A little bit. I mean, to me, probably anyone who actually like watches him in detail will be like, "How dare you compare him to Brian Pillman?" But I don't know. That's the vibe I get. He's like a rebel, you know. So that's what I get from that.
Who's winning then, Sam?
I don't know. On one hand, you've got Eddie Kingston, and on the other hand, you've got Minoru Suzuki.
But they're doing Blood and Guts this week on Dynamite, though, aren't they? So.
And what does that have to do with this match specifically?
I do believe it is the Jericho Appreciation Society against the Blackpool Combat Club.
Oh.
And Bryan Danielson's replacement.
We'll get to that when we get to that, but for now, let's talk about this one. I don't know, man. I don't know. Whoever wins this
Jericho?
will probably... Yeah, he's probably going to win, and then he'll probably lose a Blood and Guts, right?
Yeah, that's probably what's about to happen.
Yeah, that's about to happen. So, next match. Will Ospreay, the IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion, will be defending against Orange Cassidy, who I believe is returning from an injury, right?
Yes, he is. I know at some point Will Ospreay had some sort of magical allegations, or allergies, what I was about to say.
I think you have some magical allergies, because you can't say names properly. You're allergic to names. I think that's what we found out.
No, I think that's just me being dropped over my head when I was a baby. But, were those allegations a thing?
I think most people are over it now. I think he never actually did anything wrong, really. But...
Excellent, there we go. So Will Ospreay then against Orange Cassidy for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. Will Ospreay, I believe, has he just won the title?
Yes, he won it at Dominion. It was that fatal freeway against Sonata and give me a minute. No, it was he won it recently, so I can imagine he'd retain here, and I don't see them putting the belt on Orange Cassidy of all people.
No, I can't see it happening.
I mean, they've been building up this because of the United Empire invading Dynamite, right? And then kind of feuding with the best friends, Roppongi Vice boys. So you got that. You got that going. It's a good story.
Will Ospreay's winning. Excellent.
But I think Will Ospreay's probably going to win. So yeah.
And then it will be a three-way winner-take-all tag team match for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship and the IWP Tag Team Championship.
No, you want to try that again? What is wrong with you? Oh my, you can't say names, you miss out letters and fucking acronyms.
What I said? Okay, I'll say it again. And then the next match will be a three-way winner-takes-all tag team match for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship and the IWGP Tag Team Championship. What did I say?
You said IWP.
No, I didn't.
You fucking did, you liar. Listen to it now.
No, I don't. Okay, go back, and I don't say IWP. And the IWP Tag Team Championships. If I said IWP, then I just made up a new company.
So, FTR, the Ring of Honor Tag Champs, will go against the United Empire, the IWGP Tag Champs, Great-O-Khan and Jeff Cobb, versus Roppongi Vice, Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero. You can tell they just put Roppongi Vice in here to eat the pin. It's just really obvious to me. As for who's winning, it's a winner takes all, so they'd be Ring of Honor and IWGP Tag Champs. Oh, I have a bad feeling it's going to be FTR. I can tell they have like a massive hard-on for them right now. Like, just the collective consciousness really enjoys them. I mean, to be fair, yeah. And the really singles matches I've seen have been very, very good. But, I don't know. I feel like United Empire would be a good shout for Ring of Honor Tag Champs. But then FTR as IWGP Tag Champs will cement their legacy as the tag team, the most taggiest of tag teams to have ever teamed in tag. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's FTR.
All I know is that Roppongi Vice is eating a pin. That's all I know. I'd be genuinely surprised if neither of them got pinned.
And then it will be a singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship as the champion Thunder Rosa takes on Toni Storm.
This is one of the matches I'm not really interested in. Not gonna lie. I don't get Toni Storm. That's just me. I mean, I saw them live once at a Progress show, and I thought they were very good there. But everything they did in WWE just didn't really sell me at all. And I get that it's like because they tried to fit them into the WWE box where they clearly didn't belong. That's why they walked and left. Can't blame them for that. But I don't know. I'm not really sold on them. And I get it, like, looks play a massive part, but I'm here, like, I'm shrugging, I'm intense shrugging of shoulders going on here. I'm sorry if that disappoints anybody. I know probably Brendan is listening to this being like, you're dead to me. It's a fair play, mate.
Is this the only women's match on the entire card?
Yeah.
What the fuck, bruv?
I mean, there's a reason for it, because New Japan doesn't have women in it, so...
Wow.
Japan does things very gendered. They have whole male companies, they have whole women companies, then they have one or two where I think it's mixed, but generally they sort of keep them separate. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know if it's sexist or not. I don't think so. I don't know. So that's a whole other discussion to talk about anyway. That's not for us to say.
Yeah, but it's like a different culture and all that.
Yeah, I mean, so if they weren't ever going to have... I mean, I suppose they could have partnered with Stardom, which is the biggest, like what we would call it, Josh promotion, which is women's wrestling. They could have partnered with Stardom, because New Japan and Stardom have had a thing going on lately, where they've had, like, pre-show matches with Stardom female wrestlers. So, I mean, they could have done something with that, but I don't know. I feel like that would be like, it's like SmackDown versus Raw featuring ECW. It would be like AEW versus New Japan. And there's a Stardom as well. You know?
Yeah, it's like AEW versus New Japan. Stardom first. No. Like, I just, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
All Japan Pro Wrestling. Like, what? Like, it's just... The Forbidden Door with DDT. Like, it just doesn't quite have the same ring to it.
It's like when they had Wrestle Kingdom this year, where it was like Night 1 and Night 2, New Japan, and then Night 3 versus Noah. It's just really tacked on and weird. I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, this match, I don't really care. Thunder Rosa might win. Toni Storm might win. Those are the two options that we have. And I don't know which one it's going to be. So, I don't know. What do you think?
Thunder Rosa will probably win.
She's been getting a bit of flack lately, ain't she?
Because apparently she's been sandbagging people and moaning.
There was a match with Marina Shafir, I believe, on Dynamite or even Rampage, where there was accusations of sandbagging. I think it was just a miscommunication.
Yeah,
But then
feel
people
like
have said
this
that
is...
Thunder Rosa has done this in the past, but I don't hate them for it. Like, something clearly went wrong there. I'm not gonna fucking go on a witch hunt on Twitter about it. Like, I don't know.
I mean, the issue... I think this is almost like a sort of restart for Thunder Rosa's reign.
Oh, it's been terrible
sort of
so far.
Yeah, so I feel like this is just
They've
like
not been on fucking TV for more than half of it.
Well, this is the thing. I feel like this is almost like a first title defense kind of. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
Clearly, they're gonna win. I don't know.
Or they could pivot and just put it on Storm and then book Storm properly. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. It's very odd, but we'll see. Speaking of very odd, though, this next match.
Good Christ.
So I'll take the reins on this one because you're hopeless at this point with names.
No, I'll get this. Please.
If you mess up once, I am taking the steering wheel. Okay, go for it.
Okay. So, Bullet Club of the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, and El Fantasmo, and Hikuleo.
Bullet Club of El Fantasmo, Hikuleo, and the Young Bucks of Matt and Nick Jackson will be going against dudes with attitudes. I'm sorry, what? Dudes with attitudes, you heard me right. The team of Darby Allin, the Icon Sting, and Los Ingobernables de Japon's Shingo Takagi and Hiromu Takahashi. What the fuck is this?
Does Takahashi have the little fluffy dog thing?
The little fluffy dog thing?
The little fluffy teddy dog thing. He's got a dog.
Do you mean a cat?
I have a cat. Kenny, are you a dog?
Bork.
The guy's looking at me like, fuck off from me.
What the fuck's wrong with you, Andy? Holy shit.
I forgot what animal he had.
So the team with Hikulelelelelelu versus the man with the dog. Like you can't write characters like this. This is a real person here. We don't make any of this up. This is just him going off and doing his own fucking thing. I try to stop him, but then I feel like I'd be depriving the world of moments like this, where it's like, how the fuck are you a real person with thoughts and feelings and a life that just goes about his day?
I don't know how.
You work at a university, man. You deal with students. How many names do you get wrong per day? I'm a guy in the fucking meme with the butterfly. Is this a bird? Like, no. Andy, it's clearly a fucking plush cat toy. What made you think it was a fucking dog? What is the matter with you?
I remember what the animal was, so I went all in on dog.
Dog, cat, same fucking
no,
thing.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know what animal he had.
Rabbit, guinea pig, dog. Chinchilla, daegu.
I guessed dog, and I guessed wrong. I remembered he had a stuffed animal. I couldn't remember what it was, so I went with dog. And I went all in on dog, and I fucking lost everything, okay? I lost it all on a dog.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. The fucking dog.
Back to this.
He's a fucking...
There's a lot to take in here. We're gonna go one by one with this. So, first of all, the Bullet Club and the Young Bucks. Since when were the Young Bucks back in the Bullet Club?
Today, apparently.
I hate this Undisputed Elite Bullet Club shit. It's like, who's in who? What's going on? Apparently, they're back in it for one night only, according to them. Okay.
Why? They have a partnership with New Japan. Just name them Bullet Club, for fuck's sake.
No, I mean, this is the thing. Like, they've got representatives of Bullet Club in New Japan and Impact. And I feel like...
end Bullet Club, for fuck's sake.
No, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Let me say what I want to say.
But he doesn't have a dog, though, does he?
Yeah, good one. I think that it should just stick to those two, because if you've been paying attention to the WWE product lately, you'll know that the Judgment Day stable have been feuding with the Bullet Club. Apparently, if you're on Twitter, because that's all people will fucking call them, it's the team of Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Liv Morgan. Now, for those who maybe have forgotten, Finn Balor is the founder of the Bullet Club, and AJ Styles was a leader of the Bullet Club when he was in New Japan. So, of course, if they team up, it's the Bullet Club, right? It's the same thing. Oh, look, guys, Liv Morgan is in the Bullet Club. No, it isn't. No, it's not. It's not that. It's not what that is. You are wrong. You are incorrect. Your opinion is wrong, factually. So take it, put it in your pocket, and shut the fuck up. They're not Bullet Club.
Yeah, okay? It's not a dog.
You're gonna get over this. You're just gonna kill this joke before it even starts, right?
Yes, that's the idea. I want to nip this one in the bud now before anyone says anything.
Yeah, fucking great. Look out for the Twitter where we'll have memes and then no one will like it because no one follows us on Twitter. So
follow us on Twitter. You'll find all of our happy memes about dogs.
Bullet Club of El Fantasma, who's good. Hikuleo, who's, I think, good.
That's what I said!
The Young Bucks, who are the Young Bucks. Versus dudes with attitude.
Yeah, that's a WWF New Generation thing. Like, that's
wasn't Sting literally in a team called Dudes with Attitudes, like early WCW?
Don't know, but I know that,
Keelan would know.
No, I think Michaels and Diesel were dudes with attitude.
No, that was it. Yeah, no, they were called that. I don't know why. I mean, I like the name. I think it's funny. I'm so confused as to how this team exists because you got Darby Allin and Sting. Like, yeah, that's fine. But then you got two fucking members of Los Ingobernables de Japón.
Do they all wear face paint?
Huh?
Do they all wear face paint?
Face paint?
Yes.
Not in Los Ingobernables, no.
Well, for fuck's sake, why are they teaming then? That would be the only common thing they would have, is they all like to stick paint on their face.
They're teaming with a dragon and a maniac. That's the best way I can succinctly describe their gimmicks. Shingo Takagi is a dragon, Hiruma Takahashi is a psychopath.
Why don't they just call them the Crazy Team?
The Crazy Train? Oh, who would have thought? Maybe that's the name of a different team, Andy.
Maybe they should call them the Laws.
Wait,
I'll pronounce it. Laws in Governables. Darby Allin Stang.
You're doing it on purpose now. It's not even funny.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm trying to pronounce the word.
Darby Allin, Sting, Shingo Takagi, and Hiruma Takahashi is a team that is very upsetting and confusing to me, but I'm not opposed to it because they're all very good. So, this match should be fun. It's a staple of New Japan cards to have, like, multi-man tag matches make up, like, the bottom half of the card. So, we're getting that in this match, basically. And it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be weird as fuck seeing Sting team with Shingo Takagi. I didn't think I'd ever see that in my life, so...
He's a man called Sting. With a man with it. He's a man with a bat, and he's teaming with a man with a cat. He's a man called Sting. He's a man called Sting.
Can you tell Andy doesn't know any of the New Japan guys? Can you tell? It's really obvious. But then, the last New Japan guy, hopefully you know. It is Zack Sabre Jr. versus TBA, which is a new wrestler, I believe, from AEW.
Yeah, it's going to be Claudio Castagnoli, isn't it?
But that's not what TBA means.
It means to be announced, you big goose.
No, it means the brick apple.
New brawl character, do it now. He's a big apple.
I tried to create a funny name, and I came up with the brick apple. What is wrong with me? Jesus Christ.
That's the Big Show's new name. He's not the Big Show. He's, well, it's a big apple. He's a big bad fruit now.
Let's stop this before it starts.
Yeah.
This was originally going to be Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson.
But Bryan Danielson is...
not medically cleared to compete.
Is it his brain?
He said it's not his brain, and I'm not gonna disbelieve him. He knows what he's talking about, so it's fine. Yeah, this was originally gonna be like, I'd say, a dream match.
Yeah.
Because for those who maybe don't know, the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards has an award called the Technical Wrestler of the Year. There was a point where, for I think 8 or 9 years, where Daniel Bryan, won the award so often that they named it after him. So it's now the Bryan Danielson Technical Wrestler of the Year award. And then Zack Sabre Jr. comes in and he wins it for like 7 years in a row.
So now it's the Zack Sabre Jr. Technical Wrestler of the Year awards. I'm not doing this on purpose, I swear to God.
We were going to rename it to that, but then Bryan Danielson won it again last year, so it's now back with him. So this already, it's built in. These are two of the best technical wrestlers in the entire world going right now.
Here's the problem. Bryan has possible problem. Not cleared.
So he's not cleared. So he's gonna debut a new member of the Blackpool Combat Club, and who is it? We don't know, because he's a heel and he refused to tell us. That was his reason. That was his legit reason.
Why can't Regal just come out of retirement for one match?
Do you really think that's a good idea?
Regal, British guy, Zack Sabre Jr., British guy, pass the torch, job done.
Pass the torch?
Doesn't have to be a long match. Just
pass
be a
the
torch? For 5 minutes.
What
yes.
Fucking torch, Andrew? What are you talking about?
William Regal is a British wrestling legend who
William Regal hasn't wrestled in over 10 years. What the fuck are you talking about?
That doesn't stop people, does it, nowadays? Austin hasn't wrestled in 57 years and he fucking wrestles. It doesn't stop people.
Ric Flair hasn't wrestled in a while. Oh, what's that? He has a pacemaker and a broken hip. Who wants to wrestle him? No one? What a surprise. No. Shut up for a minute. The common idea is that it's going to be Cesaro. Claudio Castagnoli.
It's Claudio Castagnoli, yeah.
Because I believe, speaking of William Regal, the man to have his last match with him was Cesaro in NXT. And it fits in because he fits the aesthetic, right?
Yeah, no, he would fit.
It's funny how this stable is just all entirely former WWE guys. MJF's in his bed having an aneurysm right now. But, yeah. Fuck me, I want it to be Cesaro more than anybody else. If it's going to be anyone other than Cesaro, it's just going to be disappointing.
Yeah.
And plus, if Cesaro debuts, it means that my partner will have a reason to watch AEW now.
Oh, yeah.
Because Cesaro is their favourite wrestler, and their only favourite wrestler. I don't know why. I don't fucking know. I mean, I get it. But Cesaro, of all... I don't know why it's Cesaro of all people, but if Cesaro is on the TV, my other half is like, oh, hello. Hello, Cesaro.
That's his theme song.
That was his theme song like several years ago, and it hasn't been since. But anyway, yeah, no, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Cesaro, holy fuck. That would be amazing.
Cesaro's winning.
Yeah. It's funny... When the last time Zack Sabre Jr. was announced for a match with his opponent to be decided, it was the return of Katsuyori Shibata, which was incredible and immense. If you know who that is, you know. If you don't, I'm sorry, we've run out of time. I can't explain it to you. So, that's a big deal. I think this is going to be a good event. There's a lot of issues going into it, and their backs against the wall for a lot of it. But I think it's going to be good regardless. I think it's going to blow people away.
I think they made the best out of a shit situation.
I think more than anything, it's going to turn people's attention to these New Japan guys and be like, oh, I never knew who this guy was. Like, even with American fans like who don't know who Shota Umino is or Clark Connors or anyone like that, they're going to look at these people and they're going to be like, oh, maybe that's someone I should pay attention to. It's just good. It's good shit. More good wrestling into your eyeballs.
I don't know if the buy rate's going to be good. It might be better later on down the road once people know how good the show is, but I can't see this doing well because there's no CM Punk, there's no Bryan Danielson. A lot of the matches have had to be suddenly changed.
No, it's fine. We've got Orange Cassidy and Adam Cole. Oh, fuck me. They've done what they can.
Well, yeah,
You've got to applaud that.
Do.
They've done what they can.
I mean, they've turned chicken shit into chicken salad somehow, so let's see what happens this Sunday.
Maybe they'll turn it into chicken nuggets. Who knows?
Oh, I want some chicken nuggets. So, speaking of things, that's the end of the show, I think. I mean, there was one other thing we were going to talk about, but who cares? So, it was about Sasha Banks, so whatever, no one knows what's going on. She's gone, she's not
If
gone.
you want us to talk about Sasha, leave us a comment. Maybe leave us a comment in the comments section below, and maybe we'll talk about it at another time. But until then, you can visit our link tree. That is linktr.ee/the Suplah, and you will find there a Facebook, a Twitter, a gaming channel, a Twitch, a fucking Suplah Brawl link, so you can see us in a wrestling ring. The next event is coming to your eyeballs very soon. It will be Suplah Brawl Monologue Slam 2 Soliloquy.
What am I doing?
You, Andy Kwan, are in a match with Kenny as the House of Kwan. Your conquest for the Tag Team Championships and your Triple Crown may come to fruition, but you gotta fight a couple of scary-looking fishmen before you can even think about those tag titles.
Oh, those loan sharks are gonna get their money. Just kidding, I'm gonna beat their ass with my cat. What?
This is why Kenny handles the promos in that team.
Kenny, can you do your promo?
So until then, we have been the Suplah, and we will see you for more Suplah. I have been Sam Brooks.
I have been Andy Kwan. Cat, say bye.
That is it. Goodbye. Get out of here. What are you still doing here? Leave. Go away.